Why are some nations rich while others remain poor? Why do some build strong economies and stable institutions, while others struggle with corruption, poverty, and instability? Today we explore the answer from why nations fail. Is it because of geography? Is it because of culture? Or is there something deeper? Daron Acemoglu and James Robinson argue that nations succeed or fail mainly because of their institutions. Institutions are the political and economic rules that determine how a society works, who has power, who has rights, who can participate, and who benefits from the wealth a society creates. Inclusive institutions allow broad participation, protect property rights, and create incentives for people to invest and innovate. They make it possible for talent to rise, even if it comes from outside the elite. Extractive institutions work in the opposite way. They concentrate power and wealth in the hands of a small group, designed to extract resources from the many for the benefit of the few. To make this idea clear, look at Nogales, a city split by the US-Mexico border. On one side is Nogales, Arizona. On the other side is Nogales, Sonora. Geography and culture are nearly identical. Yet, life on the American side is much wealthier, healthier, and safer than on the Mexican side. The difference isn't the land or the people, it's the institutions they live under. On one side, people live under institutions that protect property and ensure political accountability. On the other, historical structures have often prevented ordinary people from using their talents. North and South Korea offer another striking example. Before division, they were one people with one language. But after the split, two completely different political and economic systems emerged. South Korea developed inclusive institutions and industrial growth. North Korea developed one of the most extreme extractive systems in the world, with power concentrated in a ruling party state. The result was dramatic. South Korea became a global economy, while North Korea remained poor and isolated. This is why the authors reject the idea that national success is mainly about geography or culture. While climate and soil matter, geography alone cannot explain why neighboring regions have completely different outcomes. It also cannot explain why civilizations that were once advanced later declined. They also challenge the ignorance theory, the idea that poor countries are poor because leaders don't know how to fix them. Often, rulers know exactly what would make their countries wealthier. The problem is that reforms may threaten the power of the ruling elite. Rulers often face a choice: prosperity for the country or security for their own regime. In extractive systems, elites choose power. This is a key insight. Poverty is often political. A country remains poor not because no one knows what to do, but because those with power benefit from keeping the system exactly the way it is. Inclusive institutions require pluralism, power shared among different groups. But the society also needs a centralized state strong enough to enforce laws and maintain order. Without both, nations fail. Change often arrives at critical junctures. Major historical turning points like a plague or revolution that disrupts power. But the path taken depends on the institutions already in place. The Black Death helped weaken serfdom in Western Europe as labor became scarce. But in Eastern Europe, elites responded by tightening control over peasants. History matters because institutions create paths. England's path was shaped by the Glorious Revolution of 1688, which limited the king's power and strengthened parliament. This helped create secure property rights, setting the stage for the Industrial Revolution. Economic growth requires creative destruction. innovation that disrupts old systems. Inclusive societies allow this because power is spread out. Extractive regimes often block innovation to protect their elites. Colonialism often left behind extractive structures designed to exploit labor. After independence, many local elites inherited and used these same systems for their own benefit, keeping their nations poor. Inclusive institutions create a virtuous circle. Broader participation leads to more innovation and wealth. Extractive institutions create a vicious circle. Concentrated power leads to corruption and repression. Why nations fail teaches us that prosperity is political. Innovation needs freedom, and markets need rules and trust. Nations succeed when their institutions allow human potential to flourish. Thank you for watching.